Hi guys, Gaming Bear here. Right, carrying on from the last exciting episode. Our troops are just, those additional 130 odd thousand men have just entered the field. So from about 500,000 men, we've gone up to 637,000 men just arriving at the front line now, which is nice. Air power, we've got complete air power, naval power, complete naval power, and so it's looking good. The logistics, what I've done in the background, I've turned all of the new production of units down to either medium or down to minimum, low equipment, and at the top I've gone reinforcements as high priority and upgrades as high priority, so that everyone who's on the front line will get the first equipment as it comes out. Logistics, this is the situation, we're gaining more green. So, but anything that's produced will go to the front lines first, with those additional 130,000 men all working together. Here they are, just walking their way through, coming onto the front line. We'll speed this up. Let's have a look at the naval situation. So they're down to, that battleship is down to 12%. He's not going to last much longer. Let's have a look. So I want to shift some of those fighters from here in to give us even more superiority. In Poland we're up to 81%. Oh, they've just shifted some guys, but luckily we've just moved in. They've claimed Bulgaria. Okay, strategic air effort, fine. And we're going to go for air innovations, and then after that I'll show you what the plan is. We'll look at that in a second. The air innovations will lead down to rocketry and extra research slot, which will really help to bump things up. So that's where I'm heading at the moment. After that, we haven't even done the AnschlusS, so you know, we will be able to do that really soon and gain even more in the way of supplies. So yeah, I can go for that very soon. Well, I can go for that now. Now we've got the those additional 130,000 who've just hit the ground. That's put us over the top that we can go for the AnschlusS at the same time, which will give us more factories, more production. Very neat. So keep this rocking and rolling. Get ready to AnschlusS, destroy their units as they're coming through. Turn this more and more green, as we can see as the troops are arriving in position. It's going more and more green. We're holding them in position. And 97%, they're pushing. We're almost forcing them back. And the army, we haven't even, it's minus 60%, but the units are holding their own, which is what we want them to do. Hold for now, wait for the industry to come in, and as soon as we AnschlusS the area here, we can then look, well, we'll have more factories to produce even more, and it's all coming online anyway. So it's a good position we're on. We've gained control of the naval side, the air side, and we're holding them, and it's all going very nicely. So I'll catch you in a bit. And finally, 7th of October 1937, we have sunk their battleship. The Marat has gone, so that's a big improvement. So let's close those down. We've got another 150 or so points to distribute as well, so we can start moving some of these units, them from the Baltic Sea, put them in there to start hitting the rear of their units. Those guys, move them up to Warsaw to start hitting behind their lines. This is just what I've been waiting for. Fantastic. We've broken them in the sea. Now, before I move on from that, we can modify the government, and we want to start looking. Let's have a look. Material designers. Now, artillery, infantry equipment, very useful. So we'll go for infantry equipment, and we'll start bumping that up very soon. At the same time, what happens up here? That's it. We were chasing them, destroyed them. Let's close all those down, and then check the research. That's all looking good. Those are coming on. That'll really assist us in the situation. And we just want to check the naval side of things. That's it. Let's go in, make sure these guys are healed. Anyone who's looking a little bit worse for wear. Destroyers get damaged very quickly, so we'll send those guys in. That cruiser as well. And then look at the subs, send those 2 units in to repair, and we'll work our way around to ensuring that everything is hunky-dory. Then we check the air situation, looking really, really good. 87%, 400 fighters, they have nothing. We've got almost complete air superiority. They've got enemy bombers trying to take us. Everything's going green. It is now the 7th of October, and I want to have broken Russia by the end of the year. So that's the plan at the moment, so I will catch you in a bit. Okay, a little bit extra what I'm doing. I'm moving. They've got their main forces trying to pin our heavy units in here. I'm shifting those units up to a new front in this section to swing around, cut off this small salient, push up here, allow them to take this area, shift the fastest moving units into this zone, and then push up into this zone, tying up their heavier units in the centre and pushing through with air support at the same time. That's the plan at the moment. So that's what we're going to do, and then try and start breaking them into smaller pockets as we work our way through. A development that's happened, they've started pushing on the lower section quite hard, so I'm pushing in to try and create a salient, trying to push some tanks through and take them. Here we go, we're starting to take them in this zone. They're biting off more than they can chew, and I want to come in, encircle them here. They're going to carry on pushing. We're just going to keep holding them. Let's check the numbers, make sure we're still 2 for 1. And we've, let's have a look, 158 for 378. It's gone up quite, it's more than 50%, so that, or more than double. So that would be 360,000. So we've gained about another 3 or 4%, which is good. So that's going the right way. So yes, it's starting to go more in our favour as we've got the troops on the ground. All of this green you can see, they're trying different things, and we're going to try and break them, cut them off from their supplies, encircle them and hold them in position and just destroy them. So that's the theory at the moment. So it looks like 2 encircling situations. Okay, it's really going the right way. It is the 11th of November. They've just dropped down to, as the first number, and less than 1 million men on the 11th of November. We, on the other hand, are up to 638,000 men in the field. I think we have turned the corner. We've almost got, well, we're almost up to 200,000 men killed. They're almost up to 600,000 men. So it's almost a 3 to 1 ratio of what damage we're doing to them. All of this green, they're pushing, they're constantly trying to break through, and they're doing so much damage to themselves. We're holding them, maybe falling back, but it's the constant grind. It's the overall situation of being able to just do that much more damage, forcing them to take the hard choices. And we're pushing in here. We can break their units, and we're starting to get ready. He's about to push in. How's it looking? Minus 10%. He's preparing, ready to push in. Let's speed this up and get ready for him to go in. Minus 10. Keep it rocking and rolling. Let's speed this up a little bit. Wait for it to go positive, and then I can click this and get him attacking in. But we're doing so much damage in the background. All the green is looking good. They're trying to attack, and they are just being bounced constantly. I'm just going to attack. A new pilot promoted. That's really neat. Let's see who we can put in. Okay, looks like they've already been assigned. Okay, we'll leave that to rock and roll. They're attacking in. Let's slow this down to make sure it's all under control. 81, 83%. We are breaking our way through. Let's look at the land side. It's all so much green. Yes, we've fallen back, but we're encircling their armies. The planes are going in. We're just about to break through here. We need to take the area here. I'm going to get them fighting their way in to try and, that's it, to push in, take the airstrip to stop these guys being cut off. To put pressure on the enemy. You watch out for little things like that you may be able to assist with. We've got those guys pushing in. They're trying to hold this area. Oh, don't mind them holding. We're trying to push in through this zone. Let's get them into there. So a couple of different points. Keep it rocking and rolling. We're stopping their supplies, as you can see by the exclamation mark. They are short of supplies. They're finding it difficult to move forward, difficult to attack. And we're up to 92% in this area, 96%, 98, 99, and we should be pushing them back here, breaking through. They've just fallen back to try and do something about it. If I can push one of these guys, just you, in there to prevent these forces from coming in and assisting, while these guys keep on pushing through. Keep the pressure on. We've got the air superiority just bombing them constantly. Let's relook at the logistics. So we're up to 209,000 compared to 660. We've gone back up to 1.1 million men. Okay, but it's still more than 3 to 1. So as long as you're doing 2 to 1 as a minimum, you're doing really well. Let's check the other numbers. Those ships are doing fine. Air power is looking good. This is all in the green. Pushing in there, causing them problems, causing them issues. Keep it rocking and rolling like this. Try and focus on one sailing at a time. And if I've got this small pocket, I'm trying to put pressure on here to essentially pin these tanks into place so they don't come and assist in this zone. So you can do pinning tactics of troops. Even if you bounce, you pin their troops in place and cause them problems. So that's sort of a tactic of just sending low-value troops in, cause them issues, and cause them to have to hold troops in a place where they don't want them, where they need them somewhere else. And this is going back up the other way. And let's send them into there to... Even though we're going to lose this, they're not as strong. We'll have put the pressure on and relieved the attack side of things here to try and allow us to gain a little bit more of a foothold. And just keep it rocking and rolling like this. So, I shall see you in a little while. Okay, we've got air innovations, and then we're going to go in AnschlusS to give us more factories in the background. So that's where we are. We've just kicked off the main force, and they're starting to hammer into the Russians. So that's looking pretty good. Let's look at the numbers: 220 versus 700. So it's still definitely 3 to 1 of how many men we're killing on the opposing team. So that's looking good. And so we're keeping them down. We're holding them in place, beating them. And we're just about to gain even more factories in 70 days, so 2 months' time. It's going to be about February when the other factories start to hit. And then we start flipping things. And we're up to 91% there. So it looks like we're just about to break through anyway. And I'm going to grab them, send them... Oops. Silly bit. I just realised they were engaged. And keep them... I wanted them to just keep attacking, stopping these guys from reinforcing, stopping the supplies getting through to the this area here. And I'm moving some of the units which were in this zone over to this side to focus on one single area while we're waiting for the factories to kick in the background. So it's all coming together very, very neatly. Yes, we've lost a bit of ground, but we're still in Poland. We're not even to the main German section yet. So it's all going well, and we're wrecking their forces. And I like the way this is looking green. So, catch you in a bit, guys. Okay, the 8th of December, I've created a new unit. I've put both of the two units together under von Manstein, and I'm moving the units into this central front here, ready to split their army in two and then push down towards Romania. And that's the plan, with the main force just holding them in place, stopping the attack, and just holding them while the second force, the attack force, 18 units, just slams straight down to cut this salient off. So that's the plan. Cause them problems, move these guys back. Yes, we might lose a little bit of ground, but at the same time, the rest of our resources will start to come in. So let's look and see how AnschlusS is going. 63 days, so 2 months, just over 2 months' time, and we will have that in place. So, see you soon. Okay, it's now 20th of December, and we've got the chance of breaking through here. So let's start the attack. 20% in our favour. Let's see how this flips. Is it a bit early? Now, was it Patton who said a good plan today is a good aggressive plan, something along these lines? Today is better than a perfect plan next week. So I'm going in aggressive, going in now while they're not ready, and we'll see how it goes. Even though we're going again across the water, we've got a lot of units. That's it. So even if they're pushing in, we're holding them, trying to cut them off here. They're pushing in hard. We're holding them, forcing them to have problems for every meter. So let's have a look at the numbers. We are up to 261,000 compared to 858. So it's approaching, well, between 3 and 4 times the amount of damage that we're doing compared to. So the amount of damage we're doing constantly is increasing in comparison to what they're doing to us. So that's looking good. We've got a lot of green. This is looking good. 20% still, that's good. Let's speed this up a bit. So as we try and break through, they're trying to get through and defeat us, while we're at the same time we're trying to cut them off, break through their lines and come down through here, take out their units and encircle them in this area. What? For a second there, I thought they'd landed in this area. I got a bit frightened for a second. So I'll keep on pushing. We'll keep the green going and keep it rocking and rolling. As these forces, 78% is going the right way. We're defending and attacking. No, that's the other force. 70% plan. Brilliant. So we've got more troops joining the attack. I love seeing all this green because it means they are having a really hard time. It's an epic battle. It really is. But we have the edge. And no, I don't want to. They want to send volunteers. No, we've got enough manpower anyway. And everyone they send is going to diminish the war score. I don't want Italy to join our war. Look at all this green. This is what you're going for. As much green as you can to just keep the attrition level going as we're working towards. Let's see how close we are to gaining the AnschlusS. 35 days. 35 days, so a month. It's going to be February-ish. So it's going the right way. See you soon. Okay, 26th of January, the war score as is coming through, the numbers are still staying pretty stable, but we're up to 300,000 men who've gone down. They've lost 1.08 million, so that's more than 3 to 1. It's increasing all the time, the amount of attrition they're taking, the amount of manpower they're losing, and our air situation, we have complete control of the skies. Oh, here we've only got 65-66%. That's looking good. They're losing 2 planes. We've got the majority in the area. This zone, they've got 300, but they're losing. We've got better planes than them. We've got air superiority, and it's looking really, really good. Let's get back. We're pushing in. We're holding them, and we're moving towards the February situation where we get the AnschlusS, which is going to be a whole new raft of factories, and we gain the elastic defense as well. Brilliant. And I'm going to go for mobile infantry at this stage to increase our infantry side. So we'll soon have more factories, more manpower. We're holding them. We're almost breaking through. There's a bit more red appearing at the moment. Let's have a look at these numbers. How's this looking? 20%. We're fighting hard. How long for the AnschlusS? 8 days. So a week's time we get the AnschlusS and we've got improved machine tools. Brilliant. Our production's going to increase, and let's go for improved construction. That'll help things in the background. All looking really good. Production. Tanks are looking good, other things not so much, but we will have more production on its way, and it's just gone more green. I like the way this. We're holding them, and we're doing a significant number on them. You know, it stabilised the situation, knowing that within a week or so we will have the AnschlusS, and we will have the whole of this area as being ours as well. So That's not a bad situation, and it's all green. We are wiping the floor with their armies. Well, we've held them, an army that was 3 times our size, and we've fought them to a standstill. And I need to spend some army experience. We've just hit 500 army experience, so I just need to reorganise some units. So bear with me. Okay, I've just created a unit with an SS battalion with an additional light artillery component, which will help to increase things and maintain the speed. I don't have the spare unit at the moment, but it'll be a nice addition for the future. And we're just about there. We go. We've got the AnschlusS. Fabulous. And let's complete this. Details. Oh yes, very, very nice. Let's demand the Sudetenland. Yes, yes. In fact, no, let's leave that for the moment. I don't want to call anyone else in. Let's go for rocketry and then extra research slot. We'll sort out that. Let's just sort out Russia first. These units, let's move them straight into this army, get them moving up. Any additional units? Yep, that's them in. So they'll be moving into position. We've gained the additional factories, and we can modify the government. It's all looking good. So from here, aircraft design, I'm going to go for light aircraft, so that we can gain the additional, get better fighters and maintain air superiority. More factories. I'll sort out what we need. So I'll sort this out in the background, but we are short of infantry weapons, lots of things, but with the additional factories, the additional 6 factories, very, very useful right now. Let me just sort out what we need. So it's looking sort of infantry weapons and motorised. Let's look at the planes. Planes are looking okay. So infantry weapons and motorised. So click on there. Couple of motorised infantry weapons. Chalk that up to there, that's it, and we'll go with that for now. So that'll start producing those in the background, and things will start going even greener. Welcome to the Reich, yes, and we're going to gain those additional units. They're going to be joining in. Let's make sure they're all coming into the front. That's it, get them as part of everything. Even more units. We've now got 2.37 million men. Let's have a look at the war situation. They've lost almost 1.2 million men. It's just under 4 to 1 of what we've taken out of their forces. We've got 788,000 men, and they have dropped to 1.03 million men. It's sort of there or thereabouts as the low limit, and I like the way this is looking green. And now we've got that in place. We'll start building more factories, get things sorted, start hammering through. Cut off this salient here, destroy half of their army, and then destroy the other half, and then take Russia. That's the plan. So, see you all soon.